Hey, gorgeous. Today I want to talk about one of my most favorite topics. Are you ready? The topic of desires. So often when I talk to women and I ask them what it is that they want or what it is that they desire, most women don't know, which is actually the norm. I once heard a statistic that 90 out of 100 people don't really know what it is they want. Now, we're so conditioned to create goals and benchmarks in our lives, which is awesome. However, that doesn't always work when it comes to drawing in your partner, really creating the relationship you desire, because goals and benchmarks are devoid of emotion. So today I want to walk you through 4 steps to help you get really clear on your desires and attract them in, because what good is a desire if you're not attracting it in, right? So the first thing is start compiling a list of the things that you desire. Now, as I mentioned, most people have no idea what that even is. So I would just encourage you to spend a few minutes every single day and at the top of a piece of paper say, I desire, and just start writing things that come to mind. It could be anything from an all expenses paid trip around the world to a piece of chocolate cake. But the more you practice actually digging into what it is you desire, then the easier it'll be for you to start producing and talking about what it is that you desire, because you need to know what it is you want, why you want it, the emotions that you want to experience for you to attract that in, okay? So once you start kind of getting in the groove of getting clear on what it is you desire, it's time to expand your thinking. So then what I want you to do is think about if you had an extra $10,000 or maybe an extra $100,000, what would it be that you desire? Now, the reason why I want you to do this is step 2. The reason why I want you to do this is because often we limit our desires to what we think is possible, what we think the resources are that we have. So it can become really challenging for us to get really clear on what we want deep inside our hearts, because we may not think it's possible with what's currently playing out in our life, right? So again, the reason why this is important is because it will expand your thinking. It will expand that feeling of what's possible. And you'll be able to really get in touch with what it is that you want. Because here's the deal. When it comes to desires, you don't need to know how they're going to happen. I know that's going to drive so many of you crazy. It drove me crazy when I first started this too. But you'll start to see that the universe, the world will conspire and just give you your desires when you're clear on them and you stop freaking out about how they're going to happen. Okay, so step 1 is to start getting clear on them. Start every day writing down what it is that you desire. Step 2 is to expand your thinking. So imagine if you had an extra $10,000 or an extra $100,000, what would it be that you desire? Step 3 is to start using the language of desire. So to say things instead of, what do you want for dinner tonight? I want Italian. Say, I desire Italian. And when you talk about your desires, talk about the emotions that you want those desires to elicit. So for example, what do you want for dinner tonight? I really desire Italian food. Because I just really feel like I want that ambiance, that delicious cup of wine would just fill me up, right? Do you see how much more fun that is? You're more in your body, you're more in your magnetic essence, which helps you draw in what it is that you want. Now, there's a few different kinds of desires, right? There's the desires like, I desire Italian food for dinner tonight. I desire a piece of chocolate cake. And then there are those goals or benchmarks, which are most certainly desires. So I desire to get to this place in my business or my career. I desire to go on this trip, right? And while that may be a goal or a benchmark, it can still be a desire, right? So let's say, for example, you have a certain benchmark that you want to meet in your career. So instead of saying, oh, I want to close this many clients by this date, say, I desire to close this many clients by this date because I know it'll feel so financially free, or it'll feel so exciting to be able to work with that amount of clients. See the difference? You're more invested, you're more excited, which takes us on to step 4. act as if this is already happening, because it is. When you state your desire, it's already at play, it's already happening. So again, let's say for example, you want to close a certain amount of clients in your business, start acting as if that's already happened. Get ready for that to happen, because that'll clear the way for it to actually happen. So for many of you who are watching this, you really want to create this incredible relationship, whether you want to draw in your man or you really want to create an even epic partnership, right, with the man that you're already with. So if that's your desire, start preparing for that to happen. Start clearing your calendar for the dates you're going to take. Start planning that second honeymoon you want to take with your man, right? So start acting as though this is already happening. So again, desires are the foundation and the bedrock of a woman living a magnetic life. Because in order for you to be the magnet, to be the magnetic woman who attracts in what she wants, you need to know what it is that you want. And don't worry if this feels a little clunky, a little awkward at the beginning. It does for so many women, because we're not really given permission, nor are we trained to be in touch with our desires on a regular basis. So the 4 steps I want you to start with are: start creating desire lists every single day. Just see what comes up. Then I want you to expand your thinking by thinking about what it would be like if you had an extra $10,000 or $100,000. What would you desire then? Step 3 is using the language of desire. Start, instead of saying I want, or I want to have, or I need, I desire. This will also help to free up some of the desires that may be stuck underneath. And step 4 is start acting as though it's already happening. Start preparing the way and getting excited for your desire. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you have an opportunity to watch my videos every Monday. Have a great day.